up, green team? How's it going? How is everybody doing today? I have worn myself out. Do y'all hear me? Today beat my tail like I stole something. I am so tired. Glad to be headed out. I think I'm probably gonna give me a nice hot bath and stretch out in my bed. I'm so tired. Lord have mercy. So I hope everybody had a productive day. I hope that everybody's feeling well and that your family is well and your creativity is thriving. Just any and everything that can be positive. I hope that those things are moving forward for you. It is an awesome feeling to experience your life moving in the direction that you wanted to move in. So I was thinking earlier today, I was trying to decide, I normally go to lunch at a particular time, and I was thinking about something. I can't remember what it was, and I was trying to decide if I want to go ahead and go to lunch at my regular time. I discovered something today. As a matter of fact, I think it might have been yesterday. Between yesterday and today, I discovered something that is brand new to my bariatric journey. So one of the things that I remember hearing a couple bariatric patients that have YouTubers that are bariatric patients, and I might have heard someone else live say this to me, that they don't experience hunger. And I know that at some point, either just after you have the surgery, or for some people it happens at different times, you don't experience hunger. And I always thought that was weird, because initially I honestly do not remember if I experienced hunger or not, because I was so sick right after I had my surgery. Anything that may have happened around that time, I honestly couldn't tell you, because I wasn't doing too well. I couldn't eat anyway because I wasn't feeling good, so I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to that. So I honestly would say that I have experienced feeling hungry through my surgery is September 19th or the 17th. Anyway, from the time I had my surgery up until now, I have experienced hunger. So I know what it's like to be hungry since I had my bariatric surgery. However, over the last week, might be 2 weeks, I've had something really weird going on with me. So what I got accustomed to doing was eating every 2 to 2.5 hours, even if I didn't necessarily feel like I could eat at that time. Maybe I could snack but not really eat, my meal. And so I would go ahead and eat anyway, just to try to keep myself on a schedule. And so what I said to myself was, because I was looking at, how much I was eating, and I'm not overeating and all that kind of stuff, but I was just kind of looking at my whole routine and my diet and all that sort of thing. And I'm always looking for ways to kind of tweak what I'm doing so that I can feel, even better, so that I can perform better, and things like that. And so I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to eat unless I'm hungry. And so I started this, I think maybe about a week and a half or so ago. And honestly, I started feeling so bad one day. I seriously did not know if I was going to make it, because I was feeling horrible. I had stomach cramps. I even started feeling some like tightness in my chest. I don't know, I was gassy. I was feeling bad. I was just really feeling bad, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I kept saying to myself, did you eat something bad? Did you drink something bad? Where do you think this is coming from? Because I'm always trying to look and see, how I can, not self-medicate, but kind of just treat myself. I don't run to the doctor for every little thing. And so yesterday, I think it was, it dawned on me that the reason I was feeling so bad is because I hadn't eaten. And I hadn't eaten because I said to myself I wasn't going to eat until I got hungry, unless I got hungry. And so I was so accustomed to feeling hunger till I didn't realize that I had stopped feeling hungry over a week ago. And I also noticed that I was having more days where I wasn't feeling good. So my body was off of its routine. I was no longer experiencing the feeling of hunger, but I was experiencing the feeling of hunger pains. Now, I don't know about you, but before I had my bariatric surgery, obviously you experience hunger. But by the time I experienced hunger pains, I was well past hungry. I was like starving. It was just miserable. And so now, and I know what that feels like. So now when I feel the hunger pains, I'm like, oh my goodness, like today, I didn't have a problem with that because I went ahead and made sure that I just got back on my schedule. But I noticed that yesterday, and I was like, golly, I didn't eat my breakfast. I was late going to lunch. I didn't have any snacks. The only thing I was doing, to get my liquids, I suck on ice instead of drinking water, because the liquids go down too fast, and then I get too full too fast, and then I don't want to eat and stuff like that. So I do the ice, and I'm just going in on the ice, and I'm working and doing my thing. And so anyway, by the time I started feeling really, really bad, I was like, oh my God. So I said, well, maybe if I eat something, I'll feel better. And then it dawned on me, I hadn't eaten anything, and this was like well after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I drink my coffee in the morning. I usually eat my breakfast at around 8 o'clock, and then I eat a snack about 10:30, and then there's a longer stretch until 12:30, 1 o'clock before I have my lunch. And anyway, so my point is, yesterday when I said to myself that I was going to eat, that's when it dawned on me that the reason that I didn't realize what was happening to my body is because I wasn't experiencing hunger. And then I started looking back on what had been happening the last week and a half or so, and it was the same exact situation. And even over the weekend, because I would get up and I don't necessarily have a routine over the weekend. I used to, but I kind of broke myself from that so that I can try to relax a little bit more over the weekend and not be so regimented. And so when I get up, have my coffee, I'm on my computer doing my thing, watching TV, whatever it is that I'm doing. And like I said, over this last week and a half or so, I noticed that, I looked back and I realized that I wasn't eating as much. And then I was like, you know what, that's true, because there are times when, I either picked up dinner or I fixed dinner or whatever, and fixed my husband's plate, or told him that dinner was ready, and he came to eat, and he was like, you gonna eat or whatever, and I'm like, no, I'm not hungry. And he would just kind of look at me like, you're not hungry, and I wouldn't be hungry. I seriously would not be hungry. And so last night I had gone to this little place that we eat at. It's called the Bob. And I had gone and got us these bowls with the purple rice and all that stuff. And I said to myself, because he ate his bowl, and I did this right after I got off work, but it was like 8:30, 8:45, something like that, and I still had not eaten. And I said, you know what, let me take this bowl downstairs and take me a couple tablespoons out of it and eat something before it get too late, because I still wasn't feeling hungry. But I knew that if I didn't eat something before I went to sleep, when I got up this morning, I was going to be in a bad way. I was going to wake up feeling bad. So, those are the things that I noticed about what's been happening to me over the last week and a half. or so, is that, as I reflected on my behavior and as I reflected on how I've been feeling and trying to kind of deduct where all of the nausea and the cramps and all that stuff was coming from, it dawned on me the reason I was feeling that way is because I wasn't eating as much as I had been. And anybody who's a bariatric patient or exposed to bariatric patients know we have to take in a large amount of protein in our diet, and we have to make sure that we have something in our system. Otherwise, we start to feel bad. And that's kind of where I was. And I was like, oh my God, when did I stop feeling hungry? Because I honestly don't know. I just know that as I look back it's been at least, at the very, very least, this last week and a half that I've been kind of experimenting with a new eating regimen. So, this is just kind of where I am in my bariatric journey as far as my diet and stuff is concerned. And so I want to put it out there, for whether you had the sleeve, the bypass, the lap band, regardless of what it is that what type of procedure you've had, what is your take and what is your experience with not just not feeling hungry, but not feeling the hunger? I don't know if that makes sense, because there have been times where I felt hungry, like I could eat something, but I didn't feel the hunger because to me, when you feel the hunger, it's like a beast. It's like on you, and then you have the hunger pain. So for me, eating or the desire to eat comes in stages. So it's like you're feeling hungry, then you're feeling the hunger, and then you're feeling hunger pains. And so I don't really know. I don't know tell me, what you think about that whole experience, and, have you dealt with that? Like, if you did, like, what did you do? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm kind of doing some research on some other liquid options, because especially the first year of after having my surgery, I got burned out on the protein shakes and all that, and even with the nut milks instead of the actual cow's milk, it didn't matter. I mean, I didn't want it anymore. I was so over it. I even tried mixing like Greek yogurt with Greek yogurt, because y'all know how they have the yogurt that you can actually drink in the store. So you got your yogurt that you eat is thick or whatever, and then they have the yogurt that's in the containers that you can actually drink. So I actually took like the Greek yogurt with my protein powder and some nut milk or whatever, and made it thick but thin enough that I could drink, even trying to come up with some other options, for me to be able to still get the protein and stuff, and without actually having to eat something. I could drink that 1 or 2 meals a day, because I was getting burned out on all that chewing, and I don't know, it's hard. I've always been the kind of person that I can't really force myself to eat, even though I have had to force myself to eat, in dealing with this journey. But yeah, give me some feedback on, what your experience has been like. Have you experienced being hungry, but feeling the hunger? Have you experienced not being hungry, and if you experience not being hungry, like what did you do to kind of get yourself over that hump? What did your doctor say? What did your nutritionist say? What can you do to kind of alter that, so you don't find yourself, forcing yourself to eat and, and then not feeling good and stuff like that? So I just wanted to kind of come to you all and see if you could kind of share some information about your journey and, your experiences, and tell me what you think about, this video, because this is new to me, and it's been almost 4 years, and this is the first experience I've had with this. But you literally, if you don't feel hungry and you're one of those kind of people that don't eat unless you're hungry, you can forget for hours and hours at a time that you haven't eaten anything, especially if you're drinking. You know, because I know sometimes my husband, he's not a bariatric patient, but I know sometimes my husband will say, I ask him if he's hungry, and he'll be like, oh no, I just had something to drink. And I'm thinking, what does that have to do with anything? But I understand now, because like if I actually drink something, especially in any particular volume, then I won't be hungry for a little while. So anyway, y'all, let me know what you think. Let me know, give me your opinions, give me some suggestions, some recommendations, some advice. You know, share your story and everything with me regarding feeling hungry or not feeling hungry. And that's gonna do it for me. So as always, love yourself and love somebody else. Until next time, y'all take care.